Hey everybody, Billy back here with Worship of the Nerds. Um, so what's been going on? Well, while we've had this toilet paper apocalypse, AEW continues to air. I will say that this is the first time I've actually... Okay, I watched the first episode. I didn't watch for a while, but now I'm getting back into it. Let me tell you, there are a lot of things they do that are just awesome. One, AEW does not feel overproduced. There's no LED boards on the ring. There's not like too much lighting. It's perfect. It's wrestling, which is what I want. So what happened on Wednesday? Well, we had Chris Jericho and Tony Schiavone on commentary. Jericho and Schiavone together have actually been very entertaining, and Jericho talks about each wrestler and different things they've been through in their personal lives and wrestling careers, and it's actually really interesting. I think he's doing a great job on commentary, and he even made a comment that he could possibly be a broadcaster after he retires. So those two together is great. Also, having the wrestlers stand um, in the arena during the matches is actually fun. It brings new energy. It's just really cool to see. It's different. So here's what went down. Cole Cabana and Lance Archer had a TNT Championship Tournament first round match, and this Lance Archer, he had Jake Roberts as his guy that talks him up, his manager, is doing an excellent job with it. Jake Roberts, one of the best minds in the wrestling business, and when you have him supporting you, that means somebody sees something in you. So this guy could go to the moon. Cole Cabana was undefeated going into this match, and really he didn't mount as much offense. He had a little comeback there, and Archer ended up getting the win. This was a good match. There was a little bit of fight from Cabana in there, but it didn't hurt either star, I don't think, and it got Archer over. But it also showed that Cole Cabana doesn't give up easily. So it was a good match. So Lance Archer advances to the semifinals. Then we had Cassandra Golden versus Britt Baker the week before. Britt Baker had actually suffered a VA septum. This was a match that did what it was supposed to do. It made people remember what Britt could do. It showed that she can win, and it was a good display from her. And Cassandra Golden didn't get much offense in, but that was the point of the match, so it did its job. This was a good, solid match for its purpose. Shug D against Sammy Guevara. Now, Shug D I really liked. He has a different kind of character to him, and he's fun. And then Sammy Guevara is very confident, very arrogant. Um, I actually like both of these stars, and Guevara's character was really good. He's supposed to be a bad guy, but you can't help but be impressed by some of the things he can do. So, yeah, Guevara won, and this was something that put Guevara over. We got to see Shug D debut in the ring, and honestly, I looked for them to do more with Shug D, maybe put him in a longer match later where it's a little more back and forth. But Guevara won, and it was good because wins and losses do matter here, and his record doesn't show how good he is yet, so hopefully that'll change. Chuck Taylor against Kip Sabian. There was a lot of interference in this match to put over Saban. We know how good Saban is. I used to watch TNA. But no, wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't a great match either. There were some good things both stars did, but the interference may have taken away from the match itself. But we'll see what happens in the future here. Justin Law against Shawn Spears. Basically, another squash match. It got Shawn Spears another win, got him back on the map. This guy is very talented. He was misused before, and now they see something in him in AEW, and I look for him to do great things as we go along. but Sean Spears definitely has some good wins under his belt, and he's starting to build momentum. If he can get a few more wins, I think that would really help him. But he's a good wrestler. And then we had the main event, the AEW Championship match. Jon Moxley defended the AEW World Heavyweight Championships against the undefeated Jake Hager. Well, I read some mixed reviews from this match. Both Jon Moxley and Jake Hager, obviously guys that used to be with WWE. Wow, what a difference a new company makes. They have taken these two and really built them up. Jon Moxley, of course, always a fan of his work. It just always felt like he never got to be himself, just for a very brief period in WWE, but AEW is actually embracing it. So I really liked his character development, and he's a great champion. Okay, these two went back and forth through the arena. JR was the commentator for this match, empty arena, and JR is higher risk, so they put him by himself on this, and he's good at calling a one-man thing. He's great. He's one of the best to ever do it, so arguably the best. So these two went back and forth. Just beat the hell out of each other. A lot of submissions. It was really cool to see Moxley doing submissions. You know, I'm used to seeing Hager do it. But I really thought Moxley was going to lose this one just because of Hager being undefeated. But Moxley wouldn't give up. And the match ended with um, some chair shenanigans. But it was no DQ. And what I like is the matches previously in the show there weren't a lot of stipulations. So that actually, when you have too many hardcore matches, and the main event's a hardcore match, then it takes away from it. I like that this show was not overburdened by that, and it was cool to see JR commentating, switching things up. This was a great match, and Moxley gets the win, keeps his title, and he's a good fighting champion. Now it'll be interesting to see where they go from here, who they throw against Moxley next, but I do like the wins and losses matter, and I will continue to follow them now because they provide great wrestling. That's what I want. And the weeks before was really good, and this tournament for the TNT Championship is really good because every championship is really important with this company, and they actually put some prestige to it. So I'm biting my own words here, but AEW may be the wrestling show to watch if you want that. Just wrestling. They're not afraid to admit they're a wrestling company. They have wrestlers. And I really like all the work that is being put in, especially during these times when you need some entertainment. So, hats off to AEW. Thank you very much. And that's all I have for now.